to another one of the rare early renditions of the Redseapodcast. I'm Dennis, as always, and I thought that the game that we witnessed last night would best be uh, talked about with a coffee in hand and in a more relaxed and well thought of way than the one that we witnessed last night. Starting off, I just want to remind everyone whether you are new, whether you've been following for a while, everything you may need for this show is down in the description, from Instagram to Twitter, where there is constant updates, there is anything needed interaction wise, you can message me, you can comment, you can do anything and everything you want. Um, Even Bluesky is down there for whoever is on there. Uh, of course, the Spotify where episodes go up a few hours after the live streams end. And of course, the way to like and subscribe and stay notified for whenever this show goes up. Uh, if you like what you say, do go check out everything. Um, Now, about yesterday. What what a game! It's for sure. It wasn't looking like it for a while, but it's for sure a contender for Game of the Year in the Euroleague, for sure. Uh, and I think there is way too many things to get into, honestly. So let's just slowly take it piece by piece. Opening up the game, of course, we did finish the first quarter tied up, but it did show that some of our players were more or less out of the game. Paris did just come out with the energy that we expected them to come out with. If you'll recall, a few days ago when I did the post game show for the Monaco game, I did say that we would need a perfect game. We will need a game that's as humanly close to perfect as possible. And we did need that. Even though we did almost do the impossible, but we'll get into that in a few. Because Paris just show not only that, how do I say it best, that unstoppable energy that they have in their game, but that honestly scary up to a point consistency that they have. That fast paced, rough, because it was a rough basketball, with a plan that honestly doesn't seem to break. We weren't ready for the regression, I agree. Uh, and a plan that doesn't seem to break for anyone. Adding to that, the adaptability that they have, and of course, the crazy use of player rotation, we just ultimately weren't ready. And I'm not saying it for us only. I don't think many, if any, teams anymore are ready for what Paris is offering, not only offensively but defensively as well. Of course, the second quarter we did start to dip a bit, with the third one, of course, being arguably the worst. Uh, and then one of the most insane quarters I've seen happen. with us being down 18 with around the 6:50 to go, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, 3 minutes later, the game was tied. We pulled off a streak of 22-0, and we were honestly a rebound away from doing the impossible. If Sasha and Alec just didn't get confused there and didn't just lose the ball between themselves, I think we may even have seen one of the best comebacks we've seen in the Euroleague. And I think it would be a quarter that is arguably up there along with that quarter against Monaco a couple of years ago. Uh, what's there to say about both of these teams, honestly? We do stand third in the standings now, of course, with Fener winning. And uh, as of now, the teams that have caught up to us are, of course, Spanolis, Monaco, and Bayern, who also deserve a shout for surprise of the season. Honestly, I don't think that standing 14 games in, uh, anyone expected Bayern to be fifth. But I'll still stand here and say that last night the two best teams in the EuroLeague played basketball. And the two best teams in the EuroLeague last night put on a show for the ages. It was insanity. It was absolute insanity. I think it's safe to say that some of us were close to having that heart attack once again. And I don't think it's at least very rare for a game to just have anyone watching feel this many emotions. And yes, I agree. If that was the final last night, people would have said it was up there for one of the best finals ever. For a neutral watching that game, it must have been such a joy to just sit down and witness two very different but two such wonderful ways of basketball, just class. Uh, of course, getting into individual performances, the first man that I do want to give a shout to is, of course, the man who did step up and the man who tried to do the impossible on his own, and the man that for me isn't at fault for that final pass not being converted. That, of course, is Evan Fournier, who did score a career high of 25 with us. And adding to that, he did have 2 rebounds and 4 assists in 23. I would argue that Evan should have played more, especially in the second. I don't know why he was out for that long, but of course, I do stand by the words of Bartzokas knows best, because for me, the coach always knows best. But if I could give that shout, uh, I'd honestly argue that he should have played more last night, and maybe things would be a bit different. Who knows? No need in speculating, to be honest. And I do want to give a shout, of course, to Paris' two best players, and that's the. I don't even know what to call him at this point. I haven't seen such an intriguing player especially in such high level as is the Euroleague. And of course, that's TJ Shorts, who did drop 21, 3, and 8 on our head. And of course, Nadir Hifi, the kill shot of Paris basketball team, who did drop 21 and 1. Unmarkable, honestly, both of them. Sasha not having his best of games, but as I've said many times with Sasha Vezenkov, even in his quote unquote bad games with Olympiacos, he still managed to put up 18 and 5. Uh, I was getting to Tyson Ward. Tyson Ward was, of course, very good. Uh, Paris big man, if you can call him a big man, did match up to the tasks, quote unquote, that we put ahead of him amazingly well, honestly. Uh, and he did manage to hurt us a bunch offensively as well with 14, 5, and 1. Another man that has once again for me gone very underappreciated yesterday. And I think even he is used to getting underappreciated at this point. Is Nigel Williams Goss. Goss, for me, had a very good game. Goss was one of the outstanding players, especially of that first quarter. He tried absolutely everything to keep us in the game. And I honestly, the only bad thing that I can recall Goss doing is that back-to-back missed layup opportunity of him and Papa Nicolau. Other than that, Ghost had a very good game for his standards, and he really deserves a shout. This is a nickname that I can't say, so for whoever is on video, you can say it on the screen right now. But this is a nickname that I came up with, and I'm still proud of it. Um, Shaq, of course, uh, doing all he can once again. Shaq, who I did want to mention because, of course, this wasn't one of his best games this year, but what Shaq is doing is nothing less than admirable because he stands here at, if I'm not mistaken, 34 years old, and numbers wise and performance wise, he's having the season of his career. He's having his best season with us. And I think that if he keeps up the consistency that he is keeping up to now with his form being from okay to absolutely incredible, uh, I think he will easily go on to have the season of his career this year. There is a lot to say about a lot of players. Of course, Milu, who played 24 minutes. Uh, Milu, who had to play a bit more conservative at the back because he couldn't really rack up fouls because, of course, with Moose being out and as we learned last night. And I, of course, did post about it, but I do want to say it live as well. Just a full-on swift recovery to Moses Wright, who will miss the entirety of this season due to medical reasons and not injury reasons. He will be with the team, as Buffet said, but he can't play. What he has, we don't know. Medical records are classified, of course. But of course, I think all of us wish him speedy recovery. Olympiacos is a family, and Olympiacos stands together, even in players. darkest and lowest moments, at least as a majority. Yeah. Uh, Another player who had an incredible game, especially at the back. That's my my underrated transfer of the season, and it still will stand like that. I'll die on this hill, and that's of course Luca Vildoza. Luca Vildoza had another one of his amazingly energetic games, uh, and yeah, honestly, another man that just keeps and keeps and keeps going underappreciated. Now, to the only negative of last night, and the only negative, at least in my opinion, of Olympiacos, Tyler Dorsey. Tyler Dorsey is a man that I've been very on and off about. I was doubtful when he came after he had that very good start to the season and against Panathinaikos, especially that very good game. I did sort of take my words back, but he's been so inconsistent uh, to the level that I don't know if we can, but after a while, I would say think of taking him out of the Euroleague rotation and putting maybe Larejakis back in. I don't know. Maybe biased. I honestly don't know, but I'm not. I'm nowhere near impressed. And I know that he barely even plays, but I don't know if he should even get those 5 minutes in the second game of the double week. Unless, of course, he improves. You all know how happy I'll be if I eat my words about any player and if I'm embarrassed about any opinion. Uh, but I do think that Dorsey needs to improve drastically if he wants to be a serious part of this team. Because otherwise, I don't really think that he deserves to be on this team. Paris is a team that I honestly wouldn't love to face in games ahead of the regular season. Paris is a team that will probably, if not full on first, finish in the top four. And Paris is a team that has come out of absolutely nowhere and caused a lot of trouble uh, to absolutely everyone. We can bounce back and we will bounce back. Games like this happen, and again, for whoever said that it could be better if we lost by the 20, no. I Would it be better for our mentality that we wouldn't have the hope that we did? Maybe. But this team, if not getting the wins, this team will always show that it can react, that it will react, that it can come back and cause a threat no matter how far we're behind in the score. And honestly, it's it's just another sign that not only the opponents but that we ourselves, the fans, should never write this team off. And for whoever calls himself an Olympiacos fan but hates uh, on the basketball team and the basketball aspect of this club, I don't think that you should consider yourself a true Olympiacos fan. But that's at least on me. And it's a difference if you don't like basketball, that's okay. But hating on something Olympiacos just to hate on it, For me, at least, it doesn't make any sense. Yes, I was about to get into that. That the rebounds were indeed a horrible issue yesterday. Uh, with Paris having 40 in total, with 25 and 15 defensively and offensively, and us having 26 with 19 defensively and 7 offensively. Other than that, it was honestly more or less just the flow of the game that did hurt us because we weren't really dominated in any other aspects that way. And again, that's why this team should never ever be written off. We need to move with our heads held as high as honestly possible. We do face Red Star in Belgrade next Friday, uh, and we need to go there and blow them out. We can go there and blow them out, but we need to do it. Zvezda is a team that did start the season amazingly, but that has dropped massively, honestly, and a team that is on the verge of dropping out of the top 10, being tied on record with FS and with Partizan, Madrid, and Basconia, just a win behind. We need to go there and win comfortably and build momentum once again. And with Monaco playing Fener next week, if I'm not that mistaken, let me actually go and check that out. Uh, we have a massive chance of either breaking away from Monaco record wise or catching up once again to Fenerbahce. Every game, of course, every game was important for its own reasons, but every game up to not up until now, after now, uh, this matters more and more as the season goes on. And I just saw that Paris play Monaco in the league tomorrow at 8. So that will be a very nice game to catch for whoever loves to watch basketball in general. But yes, I am correct. Fener play Monaco in Turkey on the 12th on 7:45. So there is more of a mentality and personal record reason to go out to Belgrade and smash up Red Star. Long way to go, honestly. Very, very long way to go. Against Colossus, some players for me need to be rested for obvious reasons. And if this team stays healthy and stays together, with Keenan Evans coming in about a month, maybe a month and a half, I just think we'll see just new and new and new highs. That's about it for me, though, for today. Just a quick little chat about what happened. I hope you all enjoyed, even if uh, even if you're watching after. I hope you all enjoy. Like, subscribe, and everything like that. Uh, Not only Sasa. I argue that a lot of people shouldn't play a single minute in Rogos, but we'll see. But yeah, Thank you all, and I'll see you very soon. I'll see you very soon. Maybe even tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter, if not only subscribing here to stay updated about when I go live. Thank you all so much, and even bigger things are on their way. With episode 2 of the Red Sea Chronicles also coming soon. If you don't know what that is, go and check out the playlist. Thank you all very much. See you in the next one.